Hello everybody and welcome back to Space Engineers Let's Play. This is episode 31. Now, between episodes, I was building this dock because I needed to have somewhere to go. And I added a button, finally, for those doors so we can shut them. Now, I think we have about 2% hydrogen across all of these at the moment. Yeah, 1.7. So I need to go get some more ice and refill this fully. Then I need to get silicon and nickel. When I've got those, I need to get a full tank of hydrogen in here and I need to go to space. I don't know if I'm going to fly to my ice dock and then fly up, or if I'm going to fly up from here. Largely, the quickest and best and most efficient way is just to get to space and then fly, because I don't use any fuel then. So we'll see. But let me gather those resources, and once I've gathered them, I'll bring you back and we'll crack on with the rest of the episode. See you in a bit. Right, I think we've got about the last of the silicon now. Just need to, I don't know where it's going in here, but we'll try and get as much in as we can. At least that way, taking everything we can. It's got about, say, 70k of nickel, and if I get all this in, it'll be about 100k of silicon as well. I must be running out of space by now. I have no idea where it's going anyway. I've got another cargo container I don't know about. Cockpit. Oh, it's going into the drills. Oh, I don't want to fill the drills up. So we'll say that's about full. Now, I filled the hydrogen tanks up. All of the ice I mined probably 100k. And this is what I have left. 200 liters per tank. So I've only got 3 tanks. So it's about 600 liters. So I'm going to run upstairs, grab myself some of the good stuff from the med bay. And then we should be ready to start flying to space. Now, the plan for space at the moment is to basically now stay there. Let's park this ship while we're here. I don't want to keep coming back down to Earth. I think we are... Also, we're past that. But I think... We're at the space age. That's where I feel like we are at. We've done everything on Earth, more or less. And right now, our priority is to get gold. And once we've got the gold, it will be to get to Mars, because then we need platinum. Now, obviously, I'd like magnesium. I can't remember where I get magnesium from, to be honest. Oh, it's from the alien planet. That's where uranium is as well, isn't it? Uranium. No, I get it from Triton. Okay, that's not too bad. So, the rough plan then will be to go to the moon, get a bucket ton of gold. When we've got that gold, I think our next goal is to work out how we get from our asteroid base to Mars. And just so you know, I see those 2 blocks. I'm not going to weld them up. So yeah, I don't know how we're going to do it. I was thinking about this the other day. I am very tempted, assuming the ship flies. Oh no, it's too heavy. Can we get a couple more thrusters on here? I'm very tempted, if I can make it work out anyway, to basically... Yes. I'm tempted to repair the ship that's up there already, because it is broken. Don't get me wrong. It ain't good, as we would say, but at the same time, it's my ship, and it's going to be a real pain in the backside to fix it. Like, it's going to be really awkward because so much of it is broken. But at the same time, like I said, it's my ship. I kind of want it to be fixed. So that leads me on to, I might do a version 2 of the mobile base and see if we can add a little bit more in terms of... wish I knew what hotbar I put that on. Maybe add a little bit more utility to it. because it was fine as it was, and there were some good suggestions in the last one about adding welders to it to give me basically the ability to weld up core components. So I could build welders over then around the areas that are, you know, most vulnerable, or the areas I at least want to protect the most. If I did that, then I'd have more survivability. Oh, that only just flies. That's good enough. And if I have more survivability, then in theory... Oh, this is going to be painful. If I have more survivability, then... Oh my... Wow, I don't know what broke then. Oh, the block underneath? Probably the block underneath. Yeah, so if I get some more survivability, that will make things a little bit easier. But... Oh, I'm going to destroy my base trying to leave it. Alright, let's get out of here. And up. Yeah. So, let's try and get myself going up first. I'm just holding space now to make sure I'm ascending. Which I am. Cool. Yeah, so I get more survivability. That will make the whole thing just fly a little bit... Not fly a little bit better, but be a bit more sustainable. It can then also repair some of the Gatling turrets, which makes it much less likely that it's going to get destroyed like it did last time. So that's my thought process. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's where I am. So what I'll do now is I'll fly back to the asteroid base, and I'll bring you back when I get there. See you in a minute. Well, I guess it's fair to say things aren't going according to plan. I didn't have my thrusters set up, like I couldn't turn them off, and with the lack of power, I was really struggling to accelerate. So I've actually lowered down than when I left you, I think, because I was playing with my thrusters, and then I actually turned off the wrong ones. I created a group for my forward thrust when it should have been my back thrust. And long story short, burned through all my hydrogen, and I wasn't very close to the ice base either. So I'm now going to fly to the ice lake, grab some hydrogen from there, assuming I have enough to make it, which I should do, and then I'll fly up. So I'll grab you again when I get to the ice lake, and we'll go from there. Well, that was a little rough in terms of landing. I got here and I couldn't slow down. Now, luckily I had the landing gear on and it absorbed the impact there. And one landing gear is not anything to worry about. Now, in terms of hydrogen, it's close. Real close. I'm going to see if I can fly. I can. I need to try and get over here. Now, I might have to wait because I've got some ice in here, I believe. So I'm going to power off. Let that do its thing. Connect it up to the base. Grab some hydrogen. And then we'll fly to space. But, wow, that was a bit rough. Hope I don't get attacked again anyway. Alright, see you in a second. Right, let's do this. I managed to limp myself all the way over to this side. All I've got to do now, get myself connected to this and hope I don't explode. Because it was a bit dodgy from memory. Last time I was attached, it kind of want to bounce me around a bit. So, I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Okay. And done. I'm going to leave my thrusters on. A stockpile, so I get some glorious H2. And let's turn those off because we shouldn't need that anymore. And we'll drop that on the front of the ship. Okay. So, once we finish stockpiling, we will try and get to space again. This time, hopefully, a little bit more successfully than last time. See you in a minute. Right, welcome back. So we have made it, and I'm just in the process now of unloading. Once I've got all the resources off of here, I will get on with building the mesh for this ship so we can start going to the moon. Don't know if I've got any ammo. Got some magnesium. I'll have to take the ammo out of this ship maybe. So whatever happens, I'll bring you back in a second when we're building the mesh. We might build the mesh just out here, or maybe up the top where we've got the solar panels. Actually, yeah, we'll build it up here with the solar panels, because at least then I've got access to cargo. So we'll build it just here and we'll bring the ship up and dock it in later. So I'm going to get back to tidying up. I don't want to go that way, I'll get lost. So yeah, I'm going to get back to tidying up everything else and unloading the ship, and I'll bring you back when we're ready to build that mesh, and we'll go from there. See you in a bit. Right, welcome back. So I've decided this is where we're going to build our ship. So I've got the first block down just to anchor it in place. I'm just going to build this out a little bit, because I don't want to build this over anything really. I want to build it out in the open. And the reason I'm sticking it here is because then it's a straight line to the moon. So I can just build off of this and not worry. So I'm just going to put a single block there, and then we'll start building it. So what do we need? We need a cargo container. And I'm definitely not going to be building this the same as we did before. We don't want to connect to there because I'm not actually connecting this to anything. I'm not going to put hydrogen on. I do need a connector here. Let's do that one. Make sure we get this the right way around as well, like that. Now, what else do we want? We want to have a few of these conveyors. Let's see if we can get the right size. We need at least 2, and then a conveyor junction, I think. So it's going to be very similar, but it's not going to be exactly the same, is what I would say.
Energy critical.
And the reason for that is I've decided I'm going to try and do it with just the hydrogen I have in my current ship, and try not to do much more, in the sense that if I can do it with the hydrogen I got in my ship, there's no point building this any bigger. I might as well leave it small and just make it functional and disposable. I want to use as few resources as possible. Now, we might come back and build a bigger version of this in the future, but for now, this is what we got, and we're going to stick to it. So I'm going to scaffold the rest of this out, and then I'll come back in a minute when it's all scaffolded, and we'll go from there. See you in a bit. Right, I think I've got all the things now to finish this off, apart from the landing gear. Let's see if we can weld this up. Now, I need to check the charge on the battery, make sure it's going to last long enough, which it should do, because it's only powering the conveyors and the Gatling guns. But we'll check that after we've welded everything up, just to make sure. And I think that will be it. So when this is all done, we'll bring the ship round, we'll connect it up, and we'll do, well, we won't do a test flight. We know it works. We tested it in our build along episode. So we'll just go for a quick fly to the moon. Probably do it as a bit of a time lapse, and see if we can find some gold. But before I go, I have to remember to make sure I have an ore detector for my shuttle. I'm 90% sure I do. For some reason, I wasn't seeing any ores with it earlier, and I wonder if maybe, slightly maybe, the printer just didn't print it, because I also found the battery missing earlier. So we'll see. Hopefully it's all there. But we'll grab the ammo for this and get this filled up, and we'll grab the components for that landing gear. And then this is completely done, I think. We'll grab that, and we'll check the battery. That's all we got to do. Ammo and battery. Right, so that's all of those. Look for the ammo. I want to take, yeah, probably just take one more of those as well. Take a couple of those. Now I have 15 guns, so that's not helping me out. I need at least 2 more. All right, let's turn the refinery on and do the scary task of managing the refinery. But I really do not want to burn through my magnesium. But at the same time, we do need a few more bits. So let me get this sorted, and I'll bring you back in a second when we've got the ship around there and we're connecting up. And we'll do a check on the battery then. See you in a second. Right. We are ready. Now, hopefully, I can get out of here without crashing. Gonna be interesting. I hate flying in reverse, even when I do have a camera on it. It's just so hard to remember to turn the ship the opposite direction. But okay, let's go into forward view. Now, in theory, if I've done this right, I'll be able to come out of here, and my mini Borg is up the top. And thanks to 54 Bear for that name. I think it's a good name for the grid. So that's what we'll call it. Now, let's get up here and see if we can get docked. I'm going to do this external view, else I will completely screw up. We can check the battery on here as well. Ooh, let me check it this way. We've got a lot of thrust, which is not ideal. We'll come forward a bit. Try and line that up. Okay. Go to the review. Try and aim this up. Come on. Excellent. Right, so I'm going to turn off my hydrogen thrusters while it's parked there. Right, so let's have a look. How is this battery doing? Okay. So it's going to deplete in one day. I don't want it to deplete that quickly. What I think I'll do... Got uranium reactors on here, so I'll turn those on. And look, there's the ore detector. You are on. Oh, you are on. Okay. No, that... Hang on, that's... Show me the program block, not the ore detector. It is on. Okay. Fair enough. And that's as big as it can go. So it was on, I just couldn't see it. Fair enough. So I think I'll turn my refinery. I'll turn my reactors on as I fly to the moon. And then that should charge that battery up just enough to make it worthwhile. Oh. I need to jump in my ship before it sinks too far. Come here. And engines. There we go. This is a little bit awkward. We are heading there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build up a load of... Oh, don't say I misjudged that. And we're melting the... We might be melting those conveyors. At which point we might have to... Yeah. So let's abandon this, turn back and get that repaired. Because that is going to be no bueno. Right. Well, it's fixed. Hopefully that is enough. I got a funny feeling it is. I hope it is. If not, hopefully it won't get damaged as quickly. Now, one thing I do need to do before I take off, I want to get to a new bar on here and just grab that large grid landing gear if I can. Which has got to be this one. Let me just go to an external view and double check, but I think it's that one. See if we can... Oh, no. It's actually hard to control that when I'm facing the wrong way. Let me just gradually let this fall down. Hopefully, yeah, that'll connect. Now I go to here. Yes. Excellent. Right. Moon. Where did I leave the moon? It's got to be this way. There it is. Right. So I'm going to fly to the moon now. And I'll see you guys when I get there. And hopefully we land on gold. Like, if we can land on gold straight away, I will be extremely happy. All right, we're getting properly close now. So that crater there looks ideal to me. It's quite flat compared to the rest of the moon and certainly the surrounding area. So I think I'm going to try and put myself down in there and just hope that there's no enemy bases. I'm not going to get attacked by anything. And then I get myself established. I'm going to shave off a bit more speed now. Get right down to 50, I think. There you go. We're only 3,000 up. We've got some gravity. So this is fine. We'll go into this view. What we want to do now is just fall pretty slowly. I'm going to turn on my thrusters so I can slow myself right down. Or align ourselves to the gravity, because this, again, this is not going to be ideal flying this on here. But let's get ourselves a bit closer to the ground, and then we'll start scouting for a proper landing site. I want to get myself on one of these hills so I can ideally just defend in one direction. That'll make things a lot easier for me. Now we know our ore detector is only going to work for 50 meters as well, so we might have to find somewhere to ditch the mini borg and then just fly around until we can find some resources. Let's get a bit closer to... My sense of scale is massively off. Okay, so we're picking up ice, which is good. Because we do want ice eventually. So that gradually falling down. Okay, so I think what we'll do, we'll just park this here. And we'll go looking for gold and come back to it. Right, I've come back to park this because if you have a quick look, I've actually used quite a bit of hydrogen just flying around. I went sort of 5 or 6 kilometers in one direction, 5 or 6 across, and then 5 or 6 back. Didn't find anything. So I'm going to take a different approach. And before I take a different approach, I've got to set the distance on this all the way up. I realized on the way back I hadn't done it. But at least I'm a bit safer. So I'm going to grab my drill and basically go for a scout this way, because I think I'll last a lot longer with my hydrogen bottle than I will anything else. So I'm just going to top it up quickly in here. And then hopefully it's enough for me to get back. So say I'm going to do a bit more of a... Ooh, yeah. Can I not put it in there? What? Oh, that's an oxygen tank. Now, where is it? Oh, it's already full. I forget I have the program. So, like I said, I'm going to go for a bit of a scout on foot, and mainly around here, and see if I can find anything. And if I can, I'll bring you back. And if I can't, I'll bring you back again, I guess. I don't have a choice. See you in a bit. Well, this looks a little bit promising. It is a slightly yellowy patch. So what do we have here? Nickel and iron. Okay. I am gonna... Oh, nickel, iron, and silicon? Hang on. Well, I saw gold then. Wow, this is actually not too bad. I'm just gonna left click down. I thought I saw gold, but I could be insane. You know, stranger things have happened. And get all the way down to this iron. Nope. Just those 3 still. Alright, so now I know what I'm looking for. Hopefully it's going to be a little bit easier to find the gold that I want. Alright, Not saying I'm worried, but we might have wasted our trip to the moon. I did a bit of reading on Scarce Resources, having gone around for a while. And what it says is that gold spawns 100 meters down. I thought it was 50. There is no way I'm going to detect it with this hand drill. Like, it only goes 50 meters, and likewise a small detector.
Energy low.
I'm probably also going to die of a lack of energy in a second. So what that means is that we're probably going to have to head back to our base, our moon base, not our moon base, our asteroid base, and put a large ore detector on top of the mini borg. So it's a bit of a shame, but at least we made it to the moon. Now, before I do that, I am in one of these ore patches, and I thought I'd take the opportunity to dig all the way down, because iron, silicon, and nickel are all spawning in these same patches. So why don't I just dig down, I don't know, 100 meters or 60 meters and see if I can detect the gold this way? Because if I can, it saves me a trip. So I'm going to do it in this one hole, and then I'll head back to my ship and we'll start going back to our base if we can't find it. All right, see you in a second. Right, everyone. So as you can see, I'm heading back to my base. This can only mean one thing. There is no gold. Or, more precisely, I need a large ore detector. I dug down and I could not find gold at all. I did a bit of research, and like I said, 100 meters deep is where we need to go. So I think we'll call it the end of the episode here. Hopefully you've all enjoyed the episode, firstly. Secondly, if you have enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button and commenting. It's all great stuff. Something I found out the other day is about half of you who watch these videos are actually subbed, which is really good. That's much better than normal numbers. But we need to attract new people in, and the way we do that is by commenting and liking it. So if you do have time to comment and like, I will comment and respond, or I will at least like your comment or something. 100% I will do that. And let's see if we can get to our sub goal of 500 subs by June. It looks like, to be honest, if you guys can knock it out of the park over the next couple of weeks, we might be able to get to 400 subs by the end of March, at which point we should, in theory, get to 400 subs by the end of April, which will be 2 months early. Now, if that happens, I don't know what I'm going to do. That's much quicker than I was expecting. The feedback on the channel has been great. Some of you have been overly kind, for starters, but I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the content. Don't worry about hurting my feelings. If there's things you see in the videos you don't like, then tell me. One of the comments the other week was that the background music was too high, so I've turned it down a few. Hopefully in the video that came out last week, you'll notice that the audio volume was a little less, and hopefully it's not as distracting. One of the challenges I have with that is some music, even at the same volume, is more, it interrupts your talking more depending on the type of music. So it's something I needed to be consciously aware of, whereas before I was just putting it to a set volume. Anyway, enough about the back office working environment. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you have a good week. Fly safe. See you next time.